Thanks for staying with us. So moving on this segment, we have to focus on how to raise children to be innovative thinkers and developers through technology, enabling them to become global citizens. We want to enhance their creativity and problem-solving skills. Joining us on the show to discuss this is Mr. Nathaniel Adoyi. Welcome to the show. He's an EdTech consultant, passionate about empowering children and teenagers, shaping the next generation of innovative thinkers and developers through technology. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you so
much. To join the conversation, you can call us on the numbers on your screen. We'd like you to also be part of the conversation. So tell us, how do we help our children become more innovative in what they do?
Okay, so when I, get questions like this, I wonder why. Because children are already born scientists and innovators, actually. And children actually do a lot of disruptive things. It is only a child that will try to pull off a part without knowing how to couple it back. And that is exploring, actually, and that is what children are. A scientist is a child who never grew up, actually. So children are born with it. So I would really speak to parents more, because parents are actually, some of parents are actually the ones limiting children from becoming the best that they can be.
I have to ask a follow-up question. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry, because you see, when I hear things like this, I hear it too. But these children, they don't want to go to school again. My son, for example, likes games. Although I'm not exposing him to PS, whatever, the PS something, but he does the TV games and the phone games. So every free time, he's there. Now, there's a part of me saying, allow him, if I become a gamer in future, he might, and that was say, this guy is getting, his grades are dropping. So as a parent, how do I marry the two?
Okay, so it actually has to do with balancing all of this, actually, because it has the good side and it also has the bad side, because technology can be very addictive for young people, actually. And then it also helps them in developing a lot of skills, problem-solving skills. It helps them to debug errors. When they do these things, they come across different challenges, and in the process, they learn different skills, problem-solving skills, creative skills, and all of that. So it's just a way of balancing the whole thing, because what I try to do, because I also have, children of my own, what I try to do is to ensure, okay, so my child is still less than 12, but I have, children of my siblings, so most of them come to the house and all of that. So what I try to do is to paint a life scenario and, get them to solve some of these problems. So you want to play video games in my house, you should create yours. So I encourage them to create the kind of games they want to build, actually.
Yeah, so, you started by saying that children are born scientists, which I agree, because you see toddlers, young children tearing things apart. But the economy is not economy in this part of the world. We cannot just allow them to run around and, spoil things in the name of exploring. Now, how do we balance it in such a way that we don't stifle their creativity? We also give them room to, create without necessarily spoiling my household items.
Okay, so I also would, correct parents, because, from our community, we realize that a lot of parents don't even give their children even computer systems, because they feel that you will spoil and all of that. But every child deserves to even have
plenty.
They even deserve to have their own, actually. They even deserve to have their own, because from right now, I think a lot of things have changed. Growing up, I think the kind of children we have right now are different from, then.
True.
Even infants right now, they have, gadgets. We give them tabs and all of that. And that can even have its own, negative side. So if, as an infant, I have a gadget already, why shouldn't I have a laptop computer or a desktop computer at home at the age of, 4? So I think children should have their gadgets. So parents too should invest more in, gadgets like robotic kits, like Lego, Arduino robotic kits, and stuffs like laptop computers, and so many educational, and technological kits that, the children can be engrossed in. I know that if they have all of these things, around, I'm sure they would realize their boundaries. They will know, this.
What not to spoil.
Exactly. So,
what would you advise for a parent of a teenager in secondary school who you're expected to have good grades, but also you want to encourage, you know, this tech side of them because this is the world that we live in. How would you say to a parent to handle that parenting, which is there are a lot of apps out there, especially with AI, especially with doing work, schoolwork, and engaging AI to help you with schoolwork. Is it a no-no? Is it okay, there has to be a balance? Or are there particular apps or software or sites that you feel, let them use these sites and then it can help them? This is something that also reflects in their schoolwork. Yeah. Do you understand? We want them to do all these things, but we don't want it to take them away completely from traditional education.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'll keep hammering on the fact that there has to be balance in all of these things because you see, technology has its advantage, and if it is not well managed, you know, it would spoil the whole thing. Now, I would always want to say that children or young people should only have options for, you know, using technology to solve problems that they've tried to solve by themselves. So it shouldn't be the
first port of
exactly, you know, because growing up, you know, we engage in debates, you know, when, you know, we are having challenges spelling a particular word, you know, our teachers will say, go and use a dictionary, even if I don't have an idea. But right now, technology makes that easy. So you don't even need to go through all of those stress trying to learn, okay, what sound can lead to, you know, the next sound that can even help me to form the complete words. So technology is really can be a disadvantage in such that it limits the way, you know, young people, not even children, even adults, you know, right now we have a challenge. We're quickly on ChatGPT to get, you know, and all of that. And it's
that one, even me, I have to just,
you know, so I think,
relax myself.
I think we need to limit it to help our brain development and, you know, the human, you know.
Negative. So I want to talk about, for me, the idea of indulging children to play, especially knowing how important it is very expensive. And we cannot wish that away. I've had to change chargers, and I know how much we buy one charger, but we bought like 3 chargers per person. It's ridiculous. But I don't think that the teachers in schools are helping the children to develop creativity without so much dependence on technology. So every homework is on their laptop. So my children are perfected. Now they are begging me this earpiece. They are watching, listening to YouTube video, and the screen is showing homework. I'm like, how would you do the homework when you are listening to YouTube video? Okay, let me collect the earpiece and seize it or something. It makes it tough for me to parent when their notes and revision is on their laptop, and they have to take that laptop every day to go over things. I feel it is also like lazy teaching when everything is. So I can't say no laptop during the week because, mommy, I need to. They need the laptop. So and they are able to circumvent your supervision because they understand it a whole lot more. So how do we now educate teachers that this technology thing is important, but still allow, give room for children to do manual work?
Okay, so that's a big question actually, but I would say that this question or this challenge can be solved with a lot of collaboration. Collaboration with, you know, the school the school administrators, the parents, the teachers. There has to be a collaborative, there has to be big collaboration between all to be able to solve this challenge. First thing I want to also talk about is, as a parent, you have, you know, the ability to put parental control on your children's gadgets, and this can even there are levels of parental control, you know, as
when you see when my children had guest mode, not just the guest mode, they even have there's a in the guest mode you can now do incognito on the platform. So there's no way you can check and know the history of what they've done on the system. Every time they are browsing is on incognito, and I don't do incognito. They now say because I have put them under parents. So they don't use the email that has the parents.
Okay, so let me explain to you.
My children are James Bond.
So in my community, in-depth computer system, in-depth computers, that's one of the things we do, because apart from training the children, we also train parents on how to do these things. I can tell you for free that there are parental control apps that you as a parent can use that can give you, 100% monitoring on every activity that your children, are doing on the computer system. It can even, tell you where they are at a particular time.
Please, I need that training. Please.
If they are with that particular gadget, it would also give you history of the web they visit, the history of the kind of applications they visit. You can even limit the time they visit any application at all.
When is your training? In fact, after the show, we'll discuss, because this training, I need it.
Yes. So I know that we are all heading towards AI, right? And I feel like we are heading faster than we are supposed to, because we are copying the Western, and the same thing we'll just talk finish before you come. We are copying the Western world. Their ideas are the best for us. We are losing grip of what used to make us. And I know that you are into tech, right? But how do we do it in such a way that our children still have time to play outside? That play is very important. They are still able to have friends and communicate without necessarily having their gadgets. So I'm noticing now that children are losing writing. They can't even write properly anymore. They give you sentences, you are worried. The writing is like a foul. A bomb, nothing is really organized, because everything now is done using the gadget. So those soft skills that we learned in terms of using our hands to play and also create, because growing up we're able to make cars with cartons, wires, straws, and all of. They don't do that. They do so much technical things, Oyibo things. And I know it's good because everybody's going to AI now. But how do we balance it in such a way that our kids are still a bit grounded, aside from technology?
Let me add to that question. I have a son. Just to add to her, this boy is smart, intelligent, and restless. He's the kind of boy that if I give birth to him in the 80s or 90s, this guy will be creating things, because there's no TV
he would
have done something with his brain, because the guy is constantly looking for something. But guess what? Roblox and those crappy things on television keeps him busy. And I keep forgetting, watching things that are not communicating, they're not talking. You can't even, my kids can't watch a movie and stay to watch a dialogue. They get tired of watching a Walt Disney, because they're like, because they're used to Roblox and all these crappy things. So, as a parent, just go back to your question again.
We need help. Help us. That's the question, Abby.
Help us. Okay, so I'm actually glad that I met you on this show, because I remember there was an event we were together, and I think parents should be encouraged to engage their children for such kind of boot camps. We actually brought the children together for throughout the weekend, and we had different mentors. She was also around to speak to the children and all of that. So one of the things I think parents should do is to engage the children in different activities outside
the house.
The house.
Okay, sports.
In fact, yes, outside, even the school. I remember growing up, I used to belong to this club. It's called Junior Bible, Club. Well, it's organized by my church. Then we go to, the church on every Saturday. We go in the morning as early as 10 o'clock. We're in church till like 2 p.m. Okay. And what we do is not just learn the scriptures. We are engaged in other activities, quizzes, word drills, so many activities, debates, and all of that. So I think right now, parenting is changing. Parents are skeptical about engaging their children. I remember growing up, my parent never took me to school. From primary school, I went to school all by myself. You understand? So, but right now, our parents, and that actually, motivated me to want to become an adult. I wanted to, get a driver's license. I wanted to drive and all of that. But our children are actually no longer interested in all of those things right now, because we drive them to school.
I'm not dropping off again.
We do all of these things and all of that.
If you can.
So the children are not even engaged with the outside world. They just go to school and then they come back home, and we are even skeptical about allowing them to even connect.
The one that even annoys me more is when a child does something bad in class, you now take his recess. The recess are supposed to play small and exert energy. You now collect it in the name of punishment.
And the funny thing is, a lot of schools that we have right now don't even create that opportunity for the children to really play. Because
so, you know what?
And I won't blame the school. I won't blame the school because because right now there was a particular school, because I have partnership with over 50 schools in Lagos. There was a particular school that they went on sports, and then during the football match, one of the children got injured. You won't believe that the parents of this child came to school with, the police officers, and then they arrested the sports teacher, arrested the head of sports.
You play
Even
football, you injure.
People get injured and all that. So parents,
easier said than done. It's your
parents,
child.
so I
They own the injury every day.
Yeah, so
You say that I hear you, and I also hear parents coming.
even on TV,
I hear you have an event.
There was a time, there was a time on social media that parents. Okay, so in all of these things that we do, we have this event. It's called the Future Innovators Festival. It's a yearly event we do, and what we do in this kind of event is we bring different role models to talk to children about how they can harness, their skills in different, career paths. So we bring people from the government, people from the educational sector.
Children are listening to people from government. I usually listen.
She was at one of the events organized by Manners and Etiquette, and the children had their. I wish that you need to get on their platform, to see what the children are doing with that particular weekend. So we bring role models to talk to the children about the opportunities they have in the tech industry, in the banking industry, and all of that. And we also have a panel session where the children talk about the challenges they face and the opportunities and things they've built. So it's more like an exhibition and award ceremony where children come to showcase, what they have done. You won't believe that children are building a lot of amazing stuff, games, laptop. We always give the credits to children in China and all of that. I can tell you that in Nigeria, we have children who are building amazing stuff. And this event is a platform where we showcase all of these children for parents to see, for parents to get their children involved in this. So if you are free on Saturday, 17th of May,
we'll get the information and let us know.
This Saturday.
Yeah, you could even bring your children and all of that. It's a free event, actually. It's a free event. We have the likes of Ajebo coming to share the children, or because he's a storyteller.
Yes, and he does animations.
Yeah, he does animation for children. We have a lot of people coming and all of that. So it's at Day 22 Event Center, Ogudu. It's on the mainland, actually.
We'll set your handles on social media and let people know. So it'll be nice.
Send us personal message to ask for his name and handle. Just check his name and handle on the screen. Or check social
just send
media.
it out to you. We wish you the best. As a parent, sometimes it's frustrating. I'm literally begging my child, please, I need you to go and play football outside. The other kids, just go outside, just run around.
I send them out.
I send them out.
They can.
And that one, they don't.
Me, I have a son that just plays football by himself.
Imagine that you're blessed. This one now goes outside. Another 30 minutes is back. Mommy, I'm done. I'm like, you're not done. Hey, boy, boom, run around, my friend.
Exactly. So to add up to all things I'm saying, now what we do as a tech company, we don't just teach the children how to use this gadget, we teach them how to leverage technology to improve whatever thing they want to become. You want to become you want to go into agriculture, you want to be a banker, you want to be a doctor, whatever you want to do. Technology is a leverage that can help you take it to the next level. So that is what we do, actually.
Well, thank you. We'll hope to learn on Saturday. Thank you so much, Mr. Nathaniel. It's a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right. I think that's all we can take.
Is that, can we just ask another question? So if your child isn't on the, because I know that apps work better if they're on the phones. But if it is not the phone, if it is like a PC or a laptop, are there still apps you can install on a laptop that can still monitor and protect that? In fact, and is it paid for? In fact, I advocate for more of laptops for children,
desktop
because desktop. In fact, what I have in my house is a desktop actually. Now, because there's limited games and there are so many games, but is
On
you
the
can't
desktop
compare
is
that to what they
phone.
get on tabs and all of that. So I think we should encourage more of laptops for the children, because laptops would make them know that this is work. This is
it's
not
not
play.
play.
Or desktop
Yeah.
and all of that. So,
Constantly, as long can I have your
so
phone?
there are so many applications, so many web and mobile
You need a training for
applications.
parents.
Yeah,
How
and do you
of
know
this
what
one?
I'm seeing recently in the West? I think in Scotland, they're stopping kids from using phones in school. They have to log off their phones at the entrance before they get into schools. A lot of schools in Europe are deciding, we're not so sure about this laptop, having Google Classroom and
Endless
everything on
gadgets.
laptops. It's affecting their brain. So even though we want them to learn tech, but at what stage and in what, it should be in bits, a specific time, not the whole day.
It's session for parents.
Yes.
Help you follow it here.
Okay.
Where parents just come together, come and teach us how to be police.
And make it virtual, because
how to be
parents are busy.
police. How to police these children when they are online, because that's one of the things we need to know. I need to know what my kids are on.
And also
There's
learn
a
some of their games.
proliferation of
So if you're able to learn some of their games, that's something that they're excited about.
They were begging me to do it. I
love-
cannot. There's a proliferation of pornography going into children, and it is all within that same space. And I feel like we're not talking enough about it. Many children are being exposed to these things. I was talking to an educator that was telling me that when the parent was told that the child was playing it in class, the parents took the child away from the school and said it was impossible, and they had evidence, and the parent did not agree. So I know we have just one more second, but what would you say about this technology and this part?
Unfortunately, we have to go. That's all we can say. We have to go. Thank you very
Just
much
be aware, Sha, that
for coming on the show.
Thank you so
That's
much.
all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you.